Hey, church, we're going to be looking at Psalm 22. As we look at this psalm, just keep in mind that our first goal, yes, even in devotions, is to ask what the text meant to them then, to the original audience. What was the author trying to communicate? And we also want to trace themes or promise fulfillment or recognize patterns that are rooted in Scripture to follow the trail of evidence from our text to the person and work of Jesus or the teachings of Jesus. And then in light of that, we want to ask how this text applies to us. So we begin here. To the choir master, according to the doe of the dawn, a psalm of David. My God, why have you forsaken me? Why are you so far from saving me from the words of my groaning? My God, I cry by day, but you do not answer, and by night, but I find no rest. Right, David here is presented in this psalmist as the innocent sufferer who's being persecuted by others who are reviling at him and who are mocking him. And we know that these verses are alluded to explicitly when Jesus is on the cross, showing that Jesus is the greater David, the truly innocent one who is dying for the sins of his people. But notice, even in the midst of these questions of crying out to God, there's a recognition that God is holy, yet you are holy. God is in a category all by himself, infinitely unique, morally pure, completely devoted to his own glory. He's enthroned on the praises of Israel. Then he reflects on how God can always be trusted. So even though he is being forsaken, he knows that God is holy and will always follow through on his word, because in you our fathers trusted. They trusted and you delivered them. For to you they cried and were rescued. In you they were trusted and not put to shame. And we know that God is faithful and he will follow through on his word. And yet it doesn't always feel that way, right? We see here, but I am a worm and not a man, scorned by mankind and despised by the people. And then the rest of the narrative here is describing the suffering that the psalmist is facing. All who seek me mock me. They make their mouths at me. They wag their heads. He trusts in the Lord. Let him deliver him. Let him rescue him, for he delights in him. As we read Psalm 22, it might be helpful for you to go read the parallel between Matthew 27 and this psalm. Yet you are he who took me from the womb. You made me trust you at my mother's breasts. On you was I cast from birth, and from my mother's womb you have been my God. Be not far from me, for trouble is near, and there is none to help. It's helpful to call to mind that when Jesus was praying this prayer, he was praying this prayer in light of the context of the whole psalm here, right? And so David was saying, hey, I'm suffering, but come and help me. And we see Jesus doing the same thing on the cross there. Many bulls encompass me. Strong bulls of Bashan surround me. They open wide their mouths at me like a ravening and roaring lion. I am poured out like water, and all my bones are out of joints. My heart is like wax. It is melted within my breast. My strength is dried up like a potsherd, and my tongue sticks to my jaws. You lay me in the dust of death. For dogs encompass me. A company of evildoers encircles me. They have pierced my hands and my feet. I can count all my bones. They stare and gloat over me. They divide my garments among them, and for my clothing they cast lots. We get a picture of the sufferings of David here, who is the Davidic king. But we get a picture of the truly innocent one, the sufferings of Jesus.